Why, hello there, friends. This is Cold back with Dragon Age Inquisition. We're here in the Still Ruins, but we're just going to leave here now and get started on, not finishing up, because I think there's a lot left, but continuing in the Western approach. Whoa. I just looked away from my computer for a second while things were loading, and I saw that there was an operation available. Maybe something related to the Still Ruins? Gosh, I want to check that out, but I also want to make my cat stop licking my stamps. What are you doing, buddy? Sorry. I also want to see what this Venatori Quest is, and it feels like I'm really close to here. Yeah, so let me just do that. Let me look at this first, and I'll go check out the potential operation after that. Oh, something to read here. Assault on Griffin Wing Keep quest completed. Oh, that must be one of those old one of the game's bugs. Second shipment of artifacts for, or not. Second shipment of artifacts for Griffin Wing Keep. 3 staves, properties unknown. 1 vessel for bloodletting. 6 damaged tomes of varying degrees of legibility. Remains of Illyrium sensor. Deliver all to the keep at once. Service will see the more functional items passed on to Calpurnia. Calpurnia. I'm not sure who Calpurnia is. Let me check that. Hold on a second. What was that? What was that quest about? Assault on Griffin Wing Keep. That was just capture the keep. Was that a bug, or was that actually part of the quest then? Or maybe that was a quest that I automatically completed because I picked up here and automatically completed because I found Griffin Wing Keep on my own, and I was supposed to discover this earlier. Maybe that's the case. That sounds like it. That feels a little bit more right, but I don't know. If there's a correct answer, let me know. Yeah, so there's a lot of shenanigans going on in this canyon. There's definitely more going on here. There's a question mark over there, which could be really anything, but looks like it's a cave. Yeah, let's look at it. Why not? I'm here to look at stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course there'd be. It's been a while since we've had these guys. Oh.
Done and done.
I feel pretty. That was quite a triumphant cry for just like taking out a hyena. This feels very familiar. This feels a lot like a similar area I saw in... Where was it? Have I been here before? No way, right? I don't think so. Why does this place feel so familiar to me, though? This place feels... It reminds me a lot of somewhere maybe in... I don't know, maybe I have been here before and I just never noticed the Ridlerium or didn't fully explore it. I don't know. Notes from a Templar. Benedict, pull up stakes. All plans for the mine in the western approach are off. The Inquisition's on the move and headed your way. Dump all the bodies and relocate to Emprise de Lyon. Yeah, so I was seeing...
Delirium. Well, how about just no?
Right, thank you. Some of Sarah's comments, for any of you who are familiar with Marco Shiro's reaction, some of her comments seem like stuff he would say. Like, bodies for the Templar, bodies for the Lyrium. How about not? Can we not do that? I don't know. Some of it reminds me of him. Got some ghouls. I swear I've been here before. Like, was I here and I just didn't look around well enough? I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'll bet that's the case. Okay, so there's nothing else super of interest here. I do want to see, actually, can I get out the south entrance? I really want to confirm for myself, like, whether I was here or not. I feel like the answer is going to be a hard yes. Oh god, it's going to be a yes, isn't it? Unless this is that one-way entrance that I couldn't... Yeah, so this is a similar cave to the one I was in before, but maybe not the same one. Maybe it's just a similar structure. I don't have to feel as bad as I was about to. Energize. Yes. Now this opens up that one way. So I was meant to come around here, loop up through here, and then come in here. That's how I was supposed to get there. Gotcha. Hang on for just a second, my cat is being a brat. We've actually gotten pretty far in the Western approach in terms of clearing stuff out. There's a few main things left. And so I think, again, I'm going to stop by holding the Western approach, Frederick, Chantry stuff. Okay, I think before... You know what? No, right now I'm going to take this time and head back to Skyhold to see what that mission was. There it is. There's that new thing. Investigate the ancient laboratory. Nightingale. The last
Captain sent back sketches of the walls. Our experts say they look elven.
Interesting. Does Corypheus send scholars to find something the elves buried? Or something buried with them?
I wonder if that's related to the Still Ruins. I don't know. Nightingale, the last Venatori have left the ancient laboratory in the wake of the Inquisitor's attack. We can be sure that secrets have been left behind. Those of the Venatori, the ancient inventors, or both. We should not allow the desert to bury them. Fisher. Okay. Yeah, this seems more delicate work than Cullen can do. Josephine, there are Chantry scholars eager to see the ruins. We could salvage artifacts and earn their gratitude all at once. Liliana, we have agents capable of disarming whatever traps and tricks remain and bringing back valuables. I feel like Liliana is probably safer here, and Josephine might net me more information. Let's go with Liliana. I don't want to see, like... The Chantry scholars went in, but they accidentally stepped on a booby trap and blew the whole thing up. Okay, back to the approach. So the first thing I'm going to head to down here is Here Lies the Abyss. This is something that we've had for a while in our docket. The Grey Wardens are all hearing the calling and believe they have little time before succumbing to their corruption. Yeah, that was like a month ago. A number of panicked wardens are gathering in the Western approach for reasons unknown. Meet Hawke and Stroud in the Western approach. Nice. So it'll be nice to see Hawke again. This version of Hawke, anyway. Discovered the sand flats, and I get why they're called that. There's sand, and there's a fair bit of flat ground here, and so I got that. All right, is this going to be like a Grey Warden camp then?
I'm glad you made it, Inquisitor. I fear they've already started the ritual.
It has to be blood magic. I hope we can stop them before more people get hurt. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Well, shit.
Wait! No. Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong.
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death... I'm sorry.
Was in death sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Now bind it just as I showed you.
Standard Grey Warden activity. Killing your own and summoning demons.
Inquisitor, what an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
I already like his voice
You
actor.
are no warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
Yeah, let's try the goody-goody option.
Wardens, this man is lying to you. He serves an ancient Tevinter Magister who wants to unleash a blight.
Their eyes are already red.
That's a very serious accusation. Let's see what the Wardens think. Wardens, hands up.
Yeah, they're done.
Hands down.
Corypheus has taken their minds.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Even Tevinter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared. I went to Clarel's
clever.
for sympathy, and together we came up with a plan. Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
Oh, that demon army.
Corypheus marching across Orlais with an army of demons. That was in the future I saw at Redcliffe.
Maybe I shouldn't have said
Now
that
I
out to
know
him.
how it begins. Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. They are now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
Investigate. Let's explore this. Yeah, I think in reality I would just attack, but let's check out some of this. What's in for you? No, why kill the old gods? That's
Why
a
would
thing.
the Wardens try to kill the old gods?
A blight happens when dark spawn find an old god and corrupt it into an archdemon. If someone fought through the deep roads and killed the old gods before they could be corrupted, poof, no more blights, ever. The Wardens sacrificed their lives and saved the world. Although I fear history will remember them a little differently now.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to judge this person, and that the judgment won't be quite as he wants it to be. But maybe not. Maybe we'll just outright kill him.
Why would Clarel risk using demons?
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing. Once bound, they will never retreat, never question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Orlais. Now they are bound to my master.
So Corypheus influenced the Wardens and made them do this ritual.
Made them? No. Everything you see here, the blood sacrifices to bind the demons, the Wardens did it of their own free will. Fear is a very good motivator, and they were very afraid.
That's a lie. The Grey Wardens are heroes. They would never do this willingly.
The Grey Wardens care about nothing save stopping blights. They will do anything to accomplish that.
It's not unfair, I guess.
You should have seen Clarel agonize over the decision. Burdens of command, I suppose.
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
He's a tool.
As for me, while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, We, the Venatori, will be his god kings here in the world.
I've seen worse. You're dead. Let the wardens go. So,
Release
what
the
is he going to
wardens
say?
from the binding and surrender. I won't ask twice.
No, you won't. The Elder One showed me how to deal with you in the event you were foolish enough to interfere again. That mark you bear, the anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil, you stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be... Ah!
What was that? Just force of will?
Kill them!
What was that? You tried binding her and it didn't work. Codex unlocked. Magister Aramon. Let's kill them first. Trophy earned. Invincible.
They refused to listen to reason.
You were correct. Through their ritual, the mages are slaves to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Of course. Sacrificed in the ritual. What a waste.
They were misled. How could they do this? They've gone too far. They were misled. Could they have seen that this wasn't the true... I don't know. It seems like they were misled in a way that was almost like biological. Like it was playing... It wasn't just like they were told something and they believed it. It was misled in a way that triggered their instincts to do something. And that's really hard to blame them for falling prey to.
Ahriman lied to the Wardens. They were trying to prevent future blights.
With blood magic and human sacrifice.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawke, but they had their reasons.
All blood mages do. Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. And it never matters.
Merrill's did.
In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I believe I know where the Wardens are, Your Worship. Ahriman fled in that direction. There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way. Adamant.
Oh, we've heard about that.
Good thinking.
The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the other Wardens are there. We'll meet you back at Skyhold.
Oh, we're not going there directly. Okay. That's unexpected. So that was a quicker fight, but again, I'm overleveled for here. It's not a complaint about the difficulty or anything like that. I know I'm overleveled for this place. Loot. Oh, some stuff. Okay. Alright, so there's a thingamajig here. Grey Whiskey Right Wine Conscription Ale. Bottle marked Vintage Warden Evalal. Griffin Wing Ale. Okay, so this is... I wonder if this is the stuff that... If that's a... just a nice, a euphemism for the... Like, for the blood that they drink to become Grey Wardens, or if that's like the stuff they party with after the conscription to celebrate. A letter found in a Grey Warden mage. Mishen, I don't trust this ritual Clarella is talking about. Are you sure it's safe? Have you ever used blood magic? I don't care what the chantry says. I doubt they'd approve of the joining if they knew everything about us. But my family fought to winter slaves near the border. This Ahriman sounds like everything that's wrong with the Imperium. You are right. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. If you can, look me in the eye and tell me what that this ritual is safe. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. If you can look me in the eye and tell me that this ritual is safe, I won't speak of it again. If not, just please come back safe, please. Chernov. So this must be Mishen. Rip Mishen. It was not safe. And there's a landmark here, right? Ritual Tower. Many Tevinter structures litter the wastelands of southern Orlais. In the age before the First Blight, the Imperium expanded through the south at an incredible rate, and the lands farthest from Minrathous Minrathous, I don't remember, became home to a great many sites dedicated to magical experimentation, taking advantage of natural weaknesses in the Vale, as well as the distance from the Archon's oversight to try ever more dangerous fields of study. Is the Archon, what do you call it, like the anti-pope, like the Tevinter Pope? I can't remember. As with Aeonar in Ferelden, the laboratories of Orlais were set upon by followers of Andraste during the uprising, and little remains of them now save the crumbled stone. An excerpt from Empire and Imperium by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Interesting. Oh, an examine. The Gate Guardians. And as I walked in the desert, I saw a great armored figure whose form blotted out the sky. We saw these. I took it to be no more than met the eye, a simple spiked statue. But as I approached, this deceptive icon transformed into a warrior as graceful as it was massive, its bladed staff leveled at me with energy crackling from its tip. Though my position was hardly optimal, primal magic burned a few feet from my face. I kept my wits and asked this mighty golem to show me mercy. The armored figure spoke with a voice to make the sky quake and the stars scream. This is quite a picture. It sought magic to keep itself alive, it said, and the blood of the earth was the energy on which it survived. Having knowledge of the dwarves and the lyrium they provided to our mages, I directed the golem to the mage Atronus, who lived in the nearby Paravantium, and it left without another word. This is the inspiration for the Gate Guardians I've designed, as fanciful a tale as it might seem. So is that golem really somewhere in the game, somewhere around? As for why I've asked that each guardian cast from my designs be inset with a small lyrium rod, I must primarily state that it is mere fancy. If Archon Ishal, gentle autocrat that he is, sees fit to ensure that my statues are known across the Empire, I hear that one shall stand in the western approach. I would treasure the small hope that someday I might see one walk again. Oh, that's kind of, I like that little touch. A tale told by Appius Trius, famed sculptor whose creations all sparked the imagination of those who beheld them from artists of ancient Tevinter. So that's what these are, and that's what the giant ones, where the heck was that? It's like somewhere up here, right? Yeah, that's what those two are also. Very cool.
I tracked that Venatori mage back to Adamant Fortress. They're looking at assault options now in the war room.
Thanks for coming.
You did well, Varric. The Inquisitor is just who we need.
I'm blushing.
Oh, it's been great. Murderous wardens, archdemon attacks, plenty of blood mages and crazy Templars. Just like home.
I know how much you hated leaving Kirkwall.
This is the ass end of Thedas. You know they eat snails here? Still, I think I need to finish this out. If it weren't for me and Bartrand, none of this would have happened. So much for changing our lives.
That's what happens when you try to change things. Things change. You can't always control how.
Wise words, and I agree with them. Also, who's Bartrand? I'm Googling right now. Dragon Age 2 Bartrand. Bartrand Tethras, Varric's older brother and head of the Tethras family, once a noble house in Orzammar. One of the prominent characters of Act 1, where Hawke and his or her companions have to gather money to get in on the expedition to the Deep Roads. Okay, and there's a lot more stuff here. I don't know if there's other stuff I should know here. I'm hesitant to read more. Okay.
I tracked the Wardens to Adamant Fortress, Inquisitor. Your specialists have my full report.
Awesome as always, Hawke. It's hard to overstate just how much more I love Dragon Age 2 compared to Dragon Age 1 and Origins. And I like Dragon Age Origins a lot. It was just, I don't know. I liked how compact Dragon Age 2 was compared to it, and I loved the combat of Dragon Age 2 compared to it, and the characters I loved, probably even more than Dragon Age 1 or Origins. Alright, so what are we talking about here? We're Adamant Fortress should be... Oh, here lies the Abyss. Okay. Adamant Fortress has withstood countless darkspawn attacks without falling. The Grey Wardens defending its walls are legendary warriors. To prevent Warden Commander Clarel from raising an army of demons, Inquisition forces will need siege engines powerful enough to breach Adamant's defenses. I actually want to finish in the Western approach. It looks like it's something separate from the Western approach. I'm actually going to... yeah, so that's a couple hours. I'm going to actually finish up in... with the, like, at least the side stuff down there. And I'll see if I get blocked from continuing because I didn't do this. This is a small thing, but look at that shadow, that giant shadow that's heading from left to right across the screen. That's super cool. I don't know if it's smoke or shadow from a cloud above, but I really like that. Oh, something at this White Claw camp. Read. Scrawled Raider note. Caravan of refugees drove off the road so we could collect out of view of Imperial soldiers. Half died, but you can pick up the wounded. R. I don't know what to make of that. Burbs. Oh. Birds are less cute when they, like, eat the innards out of an animal. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to the west here. Let's check this out. Some question marks to the west here. Yeah, it's like a toxic bright green. Sand flats. Is this a... it's a weird looking Fade Rift. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just a regular Fade Rift. Quick little Fade Rift. And there's something just to the north of here, too. Is that a camp or a quarry, maybe? No, it's a landmark. What is this thing? This looks like an... is that like a cook fire or something industrial? The Surveyor. Oh, yeah, it's mining equipment. Okay. This mining equipment has been abandoned for a very long time. Not even the scavengers have disturbed it. Okay, well, we discovered some old mining equipment. Bully for us. Okay, so that over there is where we took on the Ritual Tower, yeah. So, what's this? Memories of the Grey. Let's get to this camp first. Let's set up this camp so that we'll at least be able to warp back here pretty quickly. And that's going to be, and then I'm going to call it from there, I think. Alright, the Nazar's Pass camp. Here we are. There is one more thing I want to do, because I might forget otherwise. I think there were some new codices that appeared. Magister Eramond. Not the most striking art, but he certainly has a... his beard is a bit on the sinister side. My dearest Demetrius, I hope this letter finds you recovered from those ghastly meetings about road repair or import taxes or whatever terribly important work has consumed your time. I applaud your patriotic efforts to maintain the Imperium's infrastructure while the horned beasts to the north wage bloody war upon us. I have asked before, but you are my closest friend, and now that you have seen the stirrings of our work, I hoped you might reconsider. You cannot think of your talents adequately spent on road work, Metri. You come from the blood of the dreamers. I guess that's an interesting term. The blood of the dreamers. That must be referring to the ancient Tevinter who breached the Golden City. My master will restore the Imperium to a greatness it has not seen since our ancestors walked in the Golden City. Yep. He will rule not just a nation but the world. Those who show loyalty now stand to reap the benefits when all the world kneels to the Venatori. Perhaps you are more comfortable with roads. When my master returns to Winter to the glory it deserves, he will be pleased to find the nation well paved. Consider well, my friend, Magister Livius Aramund of Varantium. That's a really interesting letter. I was expecting it to be like a join us or die letter. No, this seems like it's an honestly friendly letter. He's saying that this person, Demetrius, who he has a pet name for Metri, or a nickname. I guess I don't know enough about the relationship to say which. And he's saying, like, you're doing all this boring stuff, become join our cult. But I love this last passage, but if not, if you are just staying with the roads, that's okay, and it'll improve our nation anyway. I love that. Unless he's being sarcastic with that last line, he'll be pleased to find the nation well paved. He might be being sarcastic. I might be reading that with a more positive outlook than intended. And there was one more, places. Yeah, and as I think about it, I think he was probably actually just being an asshole, being like, yeah, when God returns, he'll be glad to find that you've installed a couple of water filters. I don't know. I like my first interpretation better, but it's probably less likely. Adamant Fortress. Of all the decisions we Grey Wardens were forced to make over the lean years, withdrawing from the Fortress of Adamant was perhaps the most difficult. It had been built as a bastion against darkspawn spilling out from the abyssal rift, a symbol of how we had done the impossible, pushing those creatures back into the shadows where they belonged. We kept the land safe from further encroachment, but as each new age dawned, memories of our sacrifice became fainter. The entire western approach had become a wasteland, and thus the expense of maintaining the fortress became increasingly difficult to justify. There were no griffins to fill its wares, too few wardens to man its battlements, too many good men and women killed by demons creeping through the thinning veil. Each visit of the warden commander made it more apparent that Adamant had become a symbol of our decline. Even if darkspawn still emerged from the chasm, who would they threaten other than the wardens themselves? So in the dawn of the blessed age, this is a tough choice. So in the dawn of the blessed age, we sealed the fortress's mighty gates, we left the great griffin statues to tarnish in the blowing sand, retreating to Montsemard with a sense of loss and shame. I returned recently with a small expedition to retrieve supplies, surprised to see it still standing. The dwarves stood well by us. I suspect Adamant will remain for ages to come, but should the Order ever return, they will find it difficult to resurrect. Only spirits roam its halls now, alongside the memories of those who gave their lives to protect us all from darkness. I wonder if they mean that literally, like if when we go there, there'll be like ghost enemies to fight. From the Journal of Velden, Grey Warden of Orlais, 858 Blessed. And that's going to be it for me for now, then. Next time, we'll actually come... I don't know if we're going to wrap up in the Western Approach, but... I don't know, it depends on how much more there is past this area, because this certainly feels like wrap-up time in the Western Approach if this is what's left, but we will see next time. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Let's give Blackwall this. Bye-bye.